Hey, let's start. I'm in a car with Meaghan Gibson. Thanks for doing this, baby cakes.
You're welcome.
You're the best. So we're driving into work, still on the march to 100 videos. This is 91 videos. Yeah, it's a lot of videos. Random 100, anyway. So we're going to do a little topic today that we were just kind of trying to figure out what it is. Do you want to intro it?
Sure. So we're going to talk about the struggle of how to raise your kids.
Yeah,
Pay attention.
Well, how we raise ours,
yes,
specifically.
We're both brought up different ways, so the struggle of trying to figure out, how we want to raise our kids so that we get a little bit of both of us without offending the other person.
yeah, and I think it stems a lot from norms that are created in our life when we're kids. About this is how my family did this.
Yes.
And because that's how my family did that, I want my family to do that same thing. And so, that idea of having two different backgrounds and trying to kind of merge them and add to it so it becomes this new thing that didn't exist before has been a fun ride. And we're kind of just starting down that road, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Because our first guy's 3 and twin daughters are 1. So the 1-year-olds really don't have too much impact in how we do what we do.
Yeah, those are the good years.
Whereas Hunter Boo, he has a bit more will and drive to make his own agenda come to life.
And he hears everything.
yeah, he does. So what was the thing? There was a couple of ideas that we were just kind of discussing. What was the first one on the topic of creating our own new kind of family path? What was the first thought you had?
Well, I mean, it's crazy because there are certain things that we were brought up with that we want to pass on to our kids, or we want to raise them the same way. Some stuff you don't even realize, that you were brought up that way until someone points it out for you.
Is there something that comes to mind?
No, nothing. But I guess a good example is one of the battles we're having right now is Hunter eating at the table. So, up until the last year or so, maybe even 6 months, he was a great eater. No struggle whatsoever, and now he won't eat. It's amazing he's not a people.
Yeah.
So, trying to decide how long to keep him at the table when he's screaming at you and throwing food, and how hard do you want to basically force him to eat. At the end of the day, it's one thing to say, well, he'll eat when he's hungry, but I'm not sure he will.
Yeah.
So one of the battles that Rob and I have had is how far do we push it, and how lenient do we want to be, because the things we do right now are going to impact his behavior for the rest of his life. We're kind of creating the adult he's going to be and the parent he's going to be, right?
Totally.
So in the moment, you just want to do whatever's easiest. Just if you want to get down, just get down.
Right.
Leave us alone. But if we do that every time, we run the risk of him never sitting at the dinner table and always wanting to eat on the couch, or who knows, right? Yeah. And that's the hard thing, is you just have no idea what you're going to encounter. And I think the other thing is knowing whether or not he's fighting you because he wants to fight you and he's just learning how to do that, or because he really doesn't like the food you made for him.
Yeah, it's like a little velociraptor in Jurassic Park. It's like testing the fences.
Exactly, he's definitely testing the fences, I swear. But love that little man. Yeah. However, but yeah, I mean, some days, you made his most favorite meal in the entire world, and he's just no mama. Or, maybe it's just he doesn't like avocado anymore, or he doesn't like whatever it is. So, recently that happened, and he was talking about it was too sour, and we thought maybe he had a canker, and I was kind of at a point of letting him down, and Rob wanted to persevere a little bit, and we sort of butt heads on that. And it occurred to us that we needed to have a conversation about that so that we could avoid, because I the way he told me made me kind of feel like I wasn't doing it right.
Right.
And you kind of felt the same way.
Yeah.
Because of the way I responded.
Yeah.
And we both got, I think, because it's the way we were brought up.
And it was in front of other people.
Right. And the way we were brought up is, it made us kind of feel like we were both not brought up well. So we definitely had to talk about, how do we want to approach this so that we don't hurt each other's feelings. So I don't know if that makes sense.
For sure. And then proactively managing that communication outside of the emotional event. So it's being like, hey, there's something that we got to go talk about. Oh, and then so my input on the whole thing is the value of a hot tub.
Yeah.
So I was never a hot tub guy. Meg was like, hey, we need to get a hot tub a couple years ago. We got our first little hot tub, and then we just got a bigger one. It's way nicer.
If you're a parent, get a hot tub.
Get a hot tub, yeah. and not only because it isn't like a de-stressor and it's relaxing and you get to like sit on jets that massage your back or something like that, it creates quality one-on-one time. And it gives us a chance to have meaningful dialogue about anything we want to talk about, and especially things that get us emotionally wrapped up into stuff that happened, earlier in the day or maybe a day or two ago. Because there's no TV on, there's no distractions with other kids, we're not on our phones.
No work.
Yeah, exactly, we're not working. Yeah. So I found the hot tub for us has been like a really cool habit that's really helped us communicate better and just have like a more meaningful relationship. And then the last thing around the norms of each family, and then coming into what is it that we really want to focus on as a family moving forward. And there was a couple of things. One of them was around family dinner being a cornerstone habit.
Yes.
Meaning that it was like the one thing in a really cool book with Charles Duhigg, The Power of Habit. He mentions this idea of the cornerstone habit, and a cornerstone habit is something that you do every day that impacts like a lot of other stuff in your life. Like, for example, making your bed in the morning. There was a huge correlation with people that made their bed in the morning were better with money, which is random. I'm not going to get into the research of it all, but the idea was that there was this one thing you could do in a day that kind of got you set up for success for the rest of the day. Right. And when it came to families, one of the big ones was family dinner, and everybody eating at a dinner table together, and it created healthier family relationships and like more together families. But it also increased. There was a huge tendency for the kids to be getting better grades and be happier,
right,
as independent human beings later in life.
Yeah.
So I'm really stuck on the idea of like, hey, we need to do family dinner as much as possible, and we're really good at that, I think. So it's like using a little bit of research, studying about what we want to do, what's going on in the world, because there's so much information out there, and then making some decisions, like the idea of having family core values. And right now we're talking about the idea of respect and honesty, or open honest communication being like the two things we want to focus on. Right?
Yeah.
Because then that drives a lot of other stuff, which I thought was really cool.
Well, it's something you always fall back on, right?
Yeah.
It's always something that, if you're kind of stuck on, oh my God, what do I do right now? If you remember those two things, at least it might give you a little idea of, okay, here's where I can start.
Totally.
As long as you remember that.
Well, and when we decided on these thoughts or these ideas earlier, and every once in a while, we get snippy with each other. And I don't know what happens. But becoming more intentional, being like, is that respectful? No, it's not respectful. Like, I got to check that because the kids are watching, they're listening, they're absorbing, they're sponging. Yeah. So I just think those three ideas around, being aware that there's two differences is really important. Managing and communicating about them when we're not emotionally involved has been a huge help for us.
Huge. Trying to solve a problem when you're angry or defensive or any of those things is like impossible.
Yeah.
Or somebody gets hurt. You might solve it, but nobody's happy about it.
Right.
So,
yeah. And if you solve it, no one's happy about it, it's solved, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So then the third one being hot tub.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Hot tub.
Get a hot tub.
Well, there's a lot of different ways to parent. I mean, I want to say there's no right or wrong way, but there definitely is. But I think there's a lot of right ways and a lot of wrong ways. So, it's hard. And if you don't, if you're not one of those people to pick up all the parenting books, which I totally get, then you're kind of on your own and you have to just sort of figure it out, right? And if you're just going based on your history and how you were raised, and so is your partner, then, then it becomes just a battle of wits and persistence, because you don't really have any necessarily validity to why you want to do it that way, other than just that's how I was raised.
Yeah.
You know, so that's been powerful for us. Is if we come across something that we're not sure about, or that has been a real challenge, we try our best to figure out. Okay, well, what book can we read that's going to help us with this, so that we're both on the same page. And there's research to find we want to do it.
That was funny. Yeah, exactly. Finding the information. There's been a million people that have done this before us. Let's leverage that.
Then you're not fighting each other on something. Then it's like, okay, this person has proven it works. Let's try it. Maybe it won't be for us, but at least we're doing it together as a team, right?
That's cool.
And that's been the biggest thing for us. Is if you're not a team with your partner, then what do you have, right?
Yeah,
like your kids are counting on you. Like it's great to say your kids come first, but honestly, between us, we come first for each other, because if we fall apart, then our kids don't have a family.
Yeah.
And we both grew up that way, and that's not what we want for our kids. So, making sure that we come first and we put the time into each other, then that makes a huge difference for us, because then we can solve these problems,
as a team.
And don't get me wrong, it's not always pretty, but
well, you're pretty.
Thank you. But we're able to do it because we work together to do it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the goal is to make our children happy. So at least we have that in common.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, thanks
If that makes sense.
Thanks for having a car with me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this is the first one for everybody who's watching that is like not full on business or well, I mean leadership as well, but this one's a bit more on the parenting leadership piece.
Sometimes it all feels the same.
It is all the same,
for
the record. So just thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Bye.